Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And thankfully, She-Hulk is over. It can stop torturing us. She-Hulk hasn't really worked out very well, has it? It's been somewhat embarrassing, I think, for Disney and the MCU, and quite rightly so. It just really hasn't worked. The reason it hasn't worked is I don't think you can write stories of heroism from a place of narcissism, which is what this show is. It's deeply narcissistic. Now, it's it's an adaptation of quite a comic that I quite enjoyed. It's a kind of a quirky, more European, out there comic, She-Hulk by Charles Soule, and can't remember the name of the artist. And it worked when it came out in like 2015 because it was on. It was in the context of having a much wider MCU with like much more normal heroic fare, right? Now you don't have that at all, right? Or Marvel Universe, not MCU. Now you don't have that at all. The Marvel Universe is mainly populated by lesbians and gay people and lesbians, mostly lesbians, and they sit around eating a lot, and when they go outside they shout at men because they're evil, right? That's essentially what the entire MCU is, which is what this show is. So as an example of a universe, awful, absolutely awful. As a quirky outlier, could have been quite fun, but it really couldn't have been quite fun because the deep-seated neurosis of the people writing it just bleed through, just absolutely bleed through. Essentially, it's like this. These are awful, awful people, mainly women, mainly fat Asian women for some strange reason, and the only guys that they are able to attract are absolute creeps, and then maybe it's because they're awful, awful people, right? It could be that. I don't know. That's like, just an idea I want to throw out there. So they think all men are creeps, and they think all criticism is all male criticism is driven by sexism and disingenuous because they have this insane narcissistic worldview. And it just doesn't really work at all unless you live in Hollywood. So in this video we have Simon Pegg saying, "Oh, it's the greatest thing ever. I don't see anything wrong with it at all." Man. Now, in this video, I do call him a cocksucker more than once. Now, I tried to explain on the live stream when I went over this. I don't want to be denigrate anybody who likes to suck a cock. That's fine. I was thinking more of like a prison bitch cocksucker, somebody who will do absolutely anything to help him get through whatever situation he is. I'm thinking, that kind of like ballless, spineless piece of shit. That's the kind of thing I was talking about. Not a loving couple who like to perform fellatio on each other. That's lovely, baby. That's like, you enjoy it. Not for me. Not for me. My mouth is somewhat of a cock-free zone. But don't let me put you off. Honestly, I don't think I would. Right? I don't think I would. But anyway, I thought I should just qualify that. So I go over these last two episodes of this. Oh, it's just embarrassing. It's an embarrassing show for Disney, right? That makes them look, the people making it look absolutely awful, right? And it really does. I feel sorry for them. I genuinely feel sorry for them. I wish they had better lives, but they don't. But like, they do not have better lives, so they make stuff like this. Didn't really work very well for them, and I guess they're high-fiving themselves by saying, "Oh, we show those incels his boss." Darling, the only incels involved in this show, again, are the fat Asian women who are writing it. Because clearly they can't fight, they can't get laid, and clearly that's what's driving their absolute hatred of men. Bit of a shame, really. Bit of a shame. Fine. Like, share, subscribe. All those things are very good. Sign up my Substack, my email newsletter. It's in the video notes. Like, share, comment. All those things are good. Substack, as I said, is my email newsletter. I'm surprised my channel hasn't been banned yet, right? I thought coming up to the midterms they would be spiked, but so far not. But that's got to happen any day. It's free. I put out a bunch of stuff on it. I put out old comic strips and stuff on it. I have a paid version, right? $5 a month. This month you get this awesome graphic novel. Look at that. It's freaking awesome, mate. The Imperium, a love letter to telefans in the 1960s. You get the full script. You get awesome artwork, for one thing. but you also get the full script and all the production art, the thumbnails. There's backup strips. There's my commentary on it. This is awesome, right? As if I may say. And then you get this backup strip as well, art by the Italian artist Stefano Carselli, who is freaking-tastic, right? I recommend it highly, mainly because I wrote it and I want you to buy it. But it's also quite good as well. That's in the video notes. My Substack, it's $5 a month. If you will consider patronizing me, I like to be patronized, baby. I like to be patronized. Fine. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all those things are good. Now let me hand over to me while I wade through the turgid mess and the cuckistry of Simon Pegg from last night. Simon Pegg is a dick or a cuck. No, a pussy. No, a cuck. I don't know. You decide, right? You decide. He said this earlier today. Simon Pegg is a cuck.
Attorney at law, and I've got to say,
if you're not going to say, and it was the worst shit I've ever seen, I would rather have a small Malaysian boy shove his fist up my ass than ever watch any of that unwatchable shit again. Then we're good, mate. Then we're good. Anything else, and you're a cocksucker. And no offense to my homosexual followers. It's look, whatever you want to do in the comfort of your own home, I'm fine. I'm meaning it purely in the derogatory sense, right? I don't really think I can explain that any better than I already have done. You are a dick, mate. You're a dick, right? You are a pussy beyond pussy. You're a pussy cunt, right? That's what you are. If anything other than it's the most unwatchable shit I've ever seen. So, okay, recapping, he just said he watches finale of She-Hulk, and he wants to say,
I think that show is the best thing Marvel have done since Endgame. I think
you're a fucking moron.
it's fucking brilliant.
You're lying. You're lying, or somebody has their hand up your ass, or you just gone to Hollywood. Okay, here's the thing. Let me pull this out. Let me find the actual comic book this is based on. And it's not based on the John Byrne She-Hulk, right? I actually like the She-Hulk it's based on. Where is it? It's, okay, 1 second. I'm looking on my shelf. Where would it be? It would be near, I think, what's good? Hawkeye. Now, where's Hawkeye? Hawkeye should be over here. I've got Guardians of the Galaxy. I know that's over there. Let me try over here. Maybe it's on this shelf. Not seeing it down there. Where is it? Okay, I definitely have it somewhere. It was written by Charles Soule. And honestly, I quite liked it for what it was, right? I did. I genuinely quite liked it for what it was. Man, I cannot find it at all. Oh, here it is. And that's Jessica Jones. Wrong one. Where is it? Where did it go? Maybe I got rid of it. Maybe I got rid of it in a fit of pique. That could have happened. Okay, I found Luther Arkwright. No, that's not it. Where is it? That's is it down here? Okay, it must be on the last shelf. Oh man, this is a shelf I find it hard to get to. Right? It's got ecstatic, so it might be in there. I wonder if you guys can hear me. I have no idea. I can't see it. I can't see it. Maybe just pull up a picture of it. That might be an idea. Because I can't remember who did the art on it, but it's very much based on that comic. No, can't find it. Where the hell I put it? Hang on. Now I'm going to look it up. Charles Shaw. She-Hulk. There you go. Got it. Anyway, let him keep sucking Hollywood's dick.
It's really funny. I love its self-reflexivity. That last episode was like blazing fucking saddles. It was great. Tatiana Maslany is the bomb.
Okay, it would have been Blazing Saddles was done how many years ago? Was it 65, 75, 85, 75, 85, 95, 2005, 2015? Okay, about 60 years old.
Yeah, it used gags that were literally 60 years old, right? Crazily so. She-Hulk by Sol and Poldo. 1 second. So if I do a search for that, I should be able to get some images. Again, I quite like this when it was coming out. It was, but again, it was in in the context of there being a workable MCU. This was really at the beginning of the. This was good as a weird little indie version title, right? But it's when it got. This is supposed to be like, what's the good name? The Fringe, and it became the mainstream. So this was before it was the mainstream. Yeah, 1 second. Who did that cover? And it was really very much based on the Matt Fraction Hawkeye, which was absolutely I thought was excellent. Here we go. Fine. So what year was this from, I wonder? Let me share the screen. Ugh. Where are I? And keep going, cocksucker.
And I would like to marry.
And again, if you're somebody who likes to suck a dick, I mean no disrespect. Okay? I genuinely don't. Genuinely. It just seems to be the right epithet.
Marry her in an alternate dimension.
What? An alternate dimension? What?
And I would like to marry her in an alternate dimension.
Yeah, would you like to marry the She-Hulk version or the Tatiana Maslany version? The bounded breast version. I'm sure they bind her breasts or something, right, to make her look less ample. So this is the comic it was based on. And again, I quite like this. I found it kind of fun, right? It was kind of like the show, but there's one element that the show has that this comic never had, and that is complete and total self-hatred and neurosis, right? That's how I would describe it. Complete and total self-hatred and neurosis. That's exactly how I would describe it. Early on in the season, we had an episode where Jennifer, what was it, Jen Walters, whatever her name is, says that she hates She-Hulk because she was always somebody prettier and better at her and better at sports than her, and just better at everything than her, and the better version of her in general, and she hated her. It's basically saying how superheroes made them feel inadequate because they were super hot and they're like fat Asian women. Basically, this is mainly ran by fat Asian women, just in the same way that comic books now are written by autistic gay women, mainly. Autistic gay women lead the industry. Fat Asian women lead the comic book adaptation, TV adaptation industry. Weirdly, I don't know. Look, I'm not the one who makes up the rules, but that's just the way it works. So anyway, let's have a look at these final episodes of She-Hulk. Epically bad, like epically self-owning bad, right? So we have a pre-title, previously a She-Hulk thing, where she's talking to Bruce Banner, right? And Bruce Banner says, "Oh, you need to be a superhero." And she's like, "No, I don't want to be a superhero. So what are you going to do instead?" Then it cuts to this, right? Oh, it's so funny. Okay. This is the difference between the male journey and the female journey. The male journey, right? The male hero's journey is somebody discovers they've got some special talent or something they can use to help people in a significant way, right? They have to hire a mentor to help them to hone that talent, right? And they do. Eventually, they start to get better with that talent, but then they lose their mentor. And they have to finish their training alone, right? And they have to step up and they have to become the greatest version of themselves possible and face some final obstacles to overcome to be the person that they could be, right? That is the masculine hero's journey. The feminine hero's journey is that she has always been stunning and brave and the bestest ever, and everything they do is fantastic. It's just fan-fucking-tastic, right? It's the bestest ever, most fantastic, whatever, ever. But men don't realize it. The evil patriarchy doesn't realize it. So the female hero's journey is getting everybody to realize that really all the men are wrong and they're right. So they got that going on. They've also got female power fantasy. Now, male power fantasy is again having some ability that you could do something to significantly help in a unique and powerful way. Female power fantasy is being able to do whatever you want with there being absolutely no repercussion. You can tell this because whenever there's something terrible happens to She-Hulk, it's a repercussion of her being absolutely useless, right? And it's played for like jokes but it's like, I don't know, you're debasing yourself. Anyway, so this is what she's doing instead of being a superhero. And it kind of is making Bruce Banner's point, right? Yay, twerk. So then we go on to here's the cults that we're here's the Weekend at Bernie's that we're animating, right? To make this piece of shit show, right? And it's a piece of, and again, so much self-hatred, so much hatred of the world, so much like, why aren't I loved? It screams, why am I not loved? Why? Because you're a fat, ugly cunt. Generally speaking. Oh, yeah, this is superheroes. Yeah. The Marvel Studios are the best as ever. And now this, right? So now we got to denigrate men. Men are stupid. Here's a stupid man. He's says he's a superhero called Frogger or something. Rivet, and he's shit. And he gets injured because of the super suit. He says so. He hits his boosters to fly away, and he doesn't. It sets his legs on fire, and he's got badges. So I want to sue the person who made the suit, who is the only person who makes suit for Jen Walters. And her, I have to tell you, her CGI is getting worse. Right? It's actually getting worse. It's like it's so obviously CGI. Like it's like there's a video game playing. It's weird, right? It's very weird. So she's like, well, you actually have. Well, okay. She's so shit as a lawyer, right? She's unbelievably shit as a lawyer. So, oh, sure, we can sue the manufacturer liability. She does no due diligence whatsoever. But I don't want to. But she doesn't want to take on the case because it's the only person who makes clothes that fit her, right? So can I just not? He's like, no, you got to take the case. He's the son of a big client, right? So you have to take the case. He's like, just got to do this. Oh no, men are telling me what to do. So she goes to talk to men. She's shit at it. She's like, look, you doesn't ask him about it. Just assume she knows everything, right? Your suit, her client, my client, he wants to sue you, but maybe we can work this out. He's like, fuck off. Why didn't you ask me about this, right? All right. Something weird's going upstairs. I hear banging. So he was making a dress for her gala, which is going to be one of the lawyers of the year. And he's like, no, you're not getting it now. He rips it down. So now She-Hulk, attorney at law. And she was an idiot, right? She was a total idiot, and now she's lost this important resource. He hates her, and so they're in court, right? And he's mad at her. She's mad at him. And it's like giving us. And then walks Matt Murdock. Hi, I'm the guest star this week to try and get you to watch this unwatchable piece of shit. Every week they have guest stars to try and get you to watch. It's like an unwatchable piece of shit, right? And Matt Murdock's back, and they're going to be doing Born Again, but I don't know if I trust them at all, right? And so he points out, your client's an idiot who didn't follow the instructions and voided the warranty. He's like, oh, yeah. And he's like, but no, look, they blew up. He said, but you didn't follow the instructions. And Jennifer's like, were there instructions? I don't know. I didn't read them because he's a stupid white man. So he said, oh, okay, you are we now friends again? Yeah. And he's like, no, you're not getting anything from me ever again. Fuck off. Okay. Well, so, you know what? With the back, I think I'm going to send an emergency message to my wife. What is happening upstairs. I'm not sure if you can hear the banging. Probably not. A second. One second. Right. Okay. Okay. Now I got to. Yeah. Very important. Okay. When speak to your wife, always end up with heart, kissy face, heart emojis. Okay. As good as buying flowers, baby. As good as buying flowers. Marital advice here from the rabbi. Okay, so after she lost the case and was completely humiliated by because she was an absolute moron, she goes to booze up and is given like a Hulk-like drink. They said, "Oh, hi, I'm dumb, a mousy little woman, not like the Hulk version of me." Matt Murdock shows up and says, "Oh, you were really dumb. You should have really worked that out. Yeah, but you're hot. I quite like you. I would want to shag you. You see, you can humiliate me because I'm a moron, but I want to shag you. So everything's okay. Yeah, but don't make it a permanent relationship. And certainly don't do anything like, have a family. That'd be terrible. Oh, I'm not going to do that. Let me talk with the camera. I want to shag him. Yay. And off he goes. So then, this is really weird. She gets a text that she has to go out to dinner with a client. Right? What is this? Weird prostitution? It's bizarre, right? It's very bizarre. I know what's going on upstairs. I've just realized. Okay. Little inside information there. My ninja, our blind cat, can get everywhere. Has just worked out how to jump up onto the another countertop. Now, over Jewish holidays, you're not allowed to turn the oven on and off, right? So we have a lot of people have a thing called a hot plate, like a big metal thing you plug in and it heats up, right? Essentially, plata they call it, right? So we put it on a time switch. So we had that up there for the food, and we're like, and we keep saying, "Ninja, no!" And I put him down. Anyway, he climbed up and he burnt his little paws on the thing. It wasn't even that hot. So now I can't take him out into the garden in the morning. The vet said until his paws heal. He was fine. Don't worry. But it was like a bit of a cat on a hot tin roof situation. So my daughter felt bad. So I think she just bought a giant cat tree, that's probably what the banging is upstairs, right? That's my mistake. Anyway, that interjection far more fucking interesting than this piece of shit show. Right? Piece of shit show. Cat Murdoch. That's what we should have called him. No, my daughter wouldn't go for it. But that was a very good suggestion. Anyway, so she has to somehow go out to this creek for dinner and to talk about his case. And really, he just wants to shag her. He's an evil white man, sexist, misogynist. And this is how they see men. Most men are this to them, right? This has here. The reason that you see most men like that being this way is because you guys are insufferable, unbearable cunts. If you weren't insufferable, unbearable cunts, the people, the only reason anybody's talking to you is they're hoping to go and getting a shagging you. Now, if anybody's sane, they don't want to shag an insufferable, unbearable cunt, right? So they give you what? So you just have these people left, right? This is what try being a better person. Right, rather than entitled piece of shit. So she storms off. I don't know why she had to go to start with, right? And he goes home and flops on the couch. She does a lot of it. She wakes up and he said, "Oh, help! You're my life." This is the guy with the suit who she didn't do any due diligence on whatsoever because she's a moron. She is an absolute moron. He's like, "I'm being chased by someone. Help me! And so she goes and gets her suit, the super suit that the bloke made her. And she finds a guy chasing him, and it's Matt Murdock, Daredevil, in a gold costume, whatever, some reason. And again, this is what they would do. They would do stuff like this in She-Hulk. They wouldn't have the deep insecurity and man hatred in it because it wasn't. Again, their neurosis are like so on display. So they have a bit of a fight. He outclasses her over and over again. She chases after him. He's trying to get to a client who's a bad guy. Then in the super fight, she just picks up this guy's car. Again, she doesn't know what's going on. All she said is this guy who was an idiot liar said something that maybe he's still an idiot liar. We don't know, right? And she picks up this random car, right? She picks up a random car and throws it at Daredevil. She's like she didn't kill him and a million other people, right? It's insane. It's absolutely insane. So then he's about to get up, and as he does, she then, I know, I'll shatter his eardrums by doing that, right? Bush, and so now she's crippled and disabled him. Grabs him, she rips his mask off. Like, this human being is awful. This is one of the worst human beings in humanity. And again, why is she so casually awful? It's because the writers hate themselves. They hate themselves because they don't have a man. That's why. And that's why they hate men, because no men are interested in them, because they're insufferable cunts, right? And so the only people who will go near them are the creeps. And that's why they think everybody's a creep. Don't be an insufferable cunt. So then she de-hulks, and he's like, well, why did you do that? He's really the bad guy. He's like, really? Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know. I'm an idiot, right? I'm an idiot. So he's a super villain, not a superhero. He's a froggy person. That's his lily pad, right? In it, he's kidnapped the super suit making guy and forcing him to make a super suit, right? And they're like, okay, let's go in and save them. And then banter. Being on building tops, very, very, very Charles Saw Hulk, right? She-Hulk. And then so you do that, you get a bit of a signature Daredevil fight scene in a corridor, which is what he's kind of famous for, right? And then more show up, and then She-Hulk comes and saves the day because she's the bestest ever. In comes She-Hulk, and she's gonna rescue this guy. Says, hi, I'm sorry. Said, look, you got to give yourself up. You're breaking the law here, man. He's like, no, never. As Daredevil takes out all the henchmen. I'll smirk into camera for a bit. So he hurts himself. Oh, yeah, he leaps out the window. Did I get the message? He leaps out the window, breaking his legs again. He's like, okay, you rescue me. We'll be friends again. Thank you. And they have a bit of a schmooze with Matt Murdock. And again, this is all, and they're like, okay, let's fuck each other. Let's have meaningless sex. I don't think Matt Murdock would. Oh, maybe he would. Like, he was sleeping with Karen Page, who was a porn star. So I don't know. But like, it just like, and then he does the walk of shame. And again, moral degradation isn't funny, right? You need heroes to be heroic, right? That's a very important thing. You need heroes to be heroic. It's asking me an important question here. Okay, I'll do this. Okay, there we go. This is about me eating dinner. All right, that's an important question. So now again, she's like, "How do I look least sexy possible?" And the episode should be over, but no, we got they tap another storyline on it, and this is her annoying friend who comes to make her up for the gala best female lawyer of the year. And she turns up and she's She-Hulk and she's all sexy, and her mother and father are there. Evil, creepy guy is there, and toxic the male patriarchy and evil, creepy guy. Oh, they're together. I wonder if they're subtly trying to say something. Oh, God, I hate them. Female lawyer of the year, and she gets the award, and then she gets the award as well, and she gets the award. They all get it because all female lawyers are the bestest ever. Bestest. Oh, look, fat Asian women. They're always fat Asian women in this. Is that the writing staff as well? There's at least 2 fat Asian women there, right? And then the evil, toxic men show up and go, hi, we're Doomcock. And this makes no sense what happens next. We've hacked your phone and you should know how bad she is. And there's nothing whatsoever on it that's bad, right? There's really nothing whatsoever that's bad about this, right? It's like somebody used a phone and like had sex, sort of. You saw them making out, but she's mortified and angry that the evil male patriarchy, misogynist have broken into her privacy, and she goes, can't control herself. Everybody runs away. Oh, I'm bad, She-Hulk. But then she sees they're all taking pictures of her, and she goes to grab one. She says, no, Jen, don't do it. And then all the police around is like, oh, yeah, this is bad. This indeed is bad. And it is bad. It is bad. And again, without respect, we reject. I do agree. Doomcock thing. It's very, very bad. But again, it's emulating something I think is trying to be quite good. It's emulating something that's trying to be quite good. But it has the writers don't realize how awful they are, right? What awful people they are. Fine, let's wrap up this piece of shit series, right? Because this is the one that, like, again, the right stuff. They completely just say, "Oh, we don't know what we're doing." They completely like, "Oh, we have no clue. We've not an inkling what we're bloody doing." We're ants standing on giants. This is the only good bit, right, of the entire season. I thought this was very good, very clever. I wish they, again, on a backdrop of a functional MCU, this works, right? This absolutely works. So it's a riff on the original, Incredible Hulk, Bill Bixby series. Incredible, when he grows angry. Then we got a bit of what's his name again? Abomination, Tim Roth. She's having dinner with that guy for some reason, even though she hated him. The car accident, she gets Hulk blood. Now again, a perfect recreation, right? Whenever she grows angry and outraged, she turns into the raging beast within her. Dun 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 dun. And this was good, right? And intelligentsia, their depiction of I mean, like, again, your lack of understanding, right? Here's the thing. For you to be able to own something in an argument, you need to know the opposing argument, right? That's why leftists, generally speaking, won't let you say your argument, right? Because they again, rational, sane, intelligent people will literally start screaming if you get close to it, right? So yeah, intent is just ridiculous. Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Dun 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 dun. Recreating the incident, and then the savage She-Hulk, and then she wakes up. She's in Supermax. Which is where she should be, right? And they're like, well, this didn't really work out so well. We've worked out a plea deal for you, but you can't be She-Hulk anymore. So they put a thing on. It's like, oh, no. And say, look, worst thing ever. I'm experiencing, what's the word? Consequences for my action. Worst thing in the world from, no, not consequences. The worst thing ever. And so now she's fired from her job. And trashed on TV, and she can't get a job. She loses her apartment. She has to move in with her parents. Her mother says, well, I turned your bedroom into a gym, and she loses her apartment and everything. And the press hounds her, and she's living with her parents in a teenage bedroom. And they're trying to work out who's behind intelligent. No, this was you that did this. You did all of this by being an idiot, right? This isn't anybody else. This is you who did this. And you did it purely by being an idiot. And I can't stand this girlfriend character. She just annoys the hell out of me. It makes it bigger. Hang on. It's great you want to make a good girly show. All the girls felt, oh, shit, come back. Felt girly together, right? But again, they had your neurosis on display is not good. Fine. So then her mother points out her butt booty video from when she was in college, and sends it to a friend, right? And she's like, and then she sees more toxic white men lying about her, trashing her. Oh, and her life's awful. Which because you destroyed your life because you're an idiot. It's like, and so then she breaks the full form and says, "Is this the sort of thing you want? This isn't like a reluctant superhero story. This is just me being shit on. Is this what you want?" So then she gets talks to Bruce Banner, but he's not there. And he goes, "Emma, you still good for a stay?" He wants to stay with her for a few days, which is actually quite a bad idea. So she goes to stay with the Abomination. Meanwhile, her friend posts a video on Intelligentsia, and again, their depiction of people who mock them is pathetic, absolutely pathetic, which is what these people are. So she puts it on. She dancing clues like in college. So then that's how she gets a message to Hulk King, or whoever the guy in charge. I've outsmarted them. Come to an event, bro. So she goes to. This is the guy who tried to kill her a few days ago, and now they're hugging because that makes sense. And that's his book, Deep Haikus. So they go to where the Intelligentsia meetup is, which there never would be in a million years. And he's like, the plant. He's like, "Oh, bro, yeah, bro, you should use the word female. You say female. They talk about females. Like, well, what? You don't like the female superheroes? Women's? What word would you like? What word? Stunning and brave. Oh God, shut up." And they're all like, "Oh, I'm so evil. Oh, evil white man. Oh no, evil men of all color, but just evil, diverse evil. He's in charge of intelligentsia, and he's evil. We're all evil." Todd, his name is Todd. Oh, misogynists are the worst. And he finds out that Brodowski is doing a keynote speech there. And he comes in as Abomination, right? And he's like a motivational speaker, right? So she goes to find him. And they're like, "Yeah," and so he turns in, and they're, "Oh, we hate She-Hulk." Again, we don't. People are allowed to rank on your show without hating women. Maybe you're just shit, right? Maybe you're just vacant, have no ideas, and don't know how to write. And why do I am saying that? Because we're about to see it, right? We're about to see it. And he's like, "Look, I just do it on the ground. Don't report me. I'm going to be in trouble, right?" And then she turns up and says, "It's Intelligentsia." I said, "What's going on?" I said, "Well, we stole your blood, and I made Hulk serum, and now I'm Hulk. Yeah." Then Tatiana shows up, and you can see how shit this is. And they start fighting. It's like, "Is this what you want as well? This is not the story you want." He saves She-Hulk. And then Bruce Banner shows up. "Leave my sister, my cousin alone." And it's just a stupid superhero fight. And this can't be what you want. So then it gets super full floor. This is another not bad bit, right? So she breaks open from her window, right? And she, wrong one. And then she, where are we going? And then she jumps down to Avengers Assembled. And to break and goes out on the lot and goes to now we're in the writers' room, right? We have being led by fat Asian women. Again, for some reason, autistic lesbians write superhero comics now. Fat Asian women lead almost entirely female writers' room. So they have one guy in there to say stupid stuff like, there's some stuff that you just have to have in a superhero story. Says, "Well, why don't we just do this our own way? It's all about our story." So, "Well, look, this is what Kevin wants." So, "Fine, I'll go and see Kevin." Signs in Kevin, and then somebody tries to stop her, and they fights the way in. Well done. And Kevin's a robot, and he's like, "This is what people want." And she's like, "Well, no, let's do it differently. Let's make it about my story." So Todd now doesn't have Hulk powers. He's the villain, not the powers of the villain. Also, Brodowski, let's make him not about him. And honestly, I'm not for the male gaze. No, I'm going to be here not for the male gaze. And I hate anybody who does look at me that way. I hate men. Fine. So they ends up, he's arrested for something. I don't know. Daredevil shows up. There's a, hi, you're sexy. I want to shag you. He's going back to prison for some reason. Because he turned it into Abomination. And it ends up, you know what ending? What they go for the True Blood ending. The True Blood ending was shit beyond shit, right? They all end up having a party together. Hi, it's all emotional party together. We're all just happy. It's a happy conclusion. And then Bruce Banner shows up and he's got his son, Scar, and it's shit, right? It's shit beyond shit. And then She-Hulk's back being an attorney at law again. How's she able to? She had a ruling. She wasn't able to become Hulk. Okay, so they just ignored that for some reason. Let's forget that plot point from 20 minutes ago. Yes, Jessica Gao, a fat Asian woman. Yeah, we know. And we finally get a post-credit sequence after having 2 or 3 this season, where Wong breaks out the Abomination from jail for some reason, and we'll see it again sometime. And it's over, right? It's over. Jesus. Okay, sincerely to the almost all-female writing room making this piece of crap. Try and be a better person. Try and make yourself into a better person. You will be a happier person if you're a better person, and you will attract the partners that you want. You will get men. It's not even about looks. It's just not being a narcissistic cunt, right? Go and meet people not like you. Talk to people not like you, right? Don't be judgmental. Don't assume you're right about everything, right? Don't be angry. Be a nice person. Be a nice person, and you won't solely attract creeps. That's why you think all men are creeps. Because firstly, you work in Hollywood, where all men are creeps. But secondly, you're not going to attract any. You don't look good, so you're not attracting men that way, and you don't act nice, so you're not going to get a nice. People don't get a nice vibe off you. That's just I understand working in Hollywood is horrible, right? I'm sorry, but people just don't get a nice vibe off you because you're not a nice person. You're not nice people. And you can tell that by your life. And I know how bad your life is because you just spent millions, maybe, a lot of money. Yeah, millions, like tens of millions, $100 million expressing your personal neurosis on screen, right? Your hatred of men. It comes from somewhere. And and don't blame anybody else for your problems. Your problems are yours, right? And almost universally stem from your own behavior. Fine. With that, I think, thank God we're out. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.